Hi everybody, it's Malcolm Watson here from Warfield in snowy Berkshire. Hope you've had a good day and kept warm and you're ready for some more interaction and fun with my life, the things I do and so on. And today, let me know if this is the first time you've watched. Let me know if you're watching on replay. Let me know where you're from. And especially if you're a ninja, the growing number of ninjas under Fraser Brooks in this country and across the world is fantastic. And if you don't know about it, just Google it and find out, because it's a great group of people and I'm very proud to be one. So today I want to talk about why I'm a rich man. Lots of people think about being rich in monetary terms, and money's nice, but it's not the whole thing. And today I want to go through 3 or 4 things that I consider to make me much more of a rich man than just money. And the first one is because of my heritage, my ancestry, my parents, my grandparents. My maternal grandmother and my paternal grandfather died before I was born. But they shaped my parents and made them what they are, and they passed on to me, and obviously through genealogy and so on. My paternal grandfather was an excellent sportsman, and he died after the First World War from that flu epidemic when he was just 30. And the whole village turned out because he was such a sporting hero, if you like, from there. And my maternal grandfather, who lived with us until I was about 9, he was a very strong character, very forceful, very honest, very determined. And he used to tell me stories about Liverpool and the heritage that he worked in. He worked in the cotton trade in Liverpool, and he told me all the stories about Liverpool in the early years. My paternal grandmother, again, was an incredible woman. As I told you, her husband died when he was 30. So about 30, she was left with a young son who was only 4, who was my father, to bring up in Leeds in the north. And she was a nurse, and she went out and had to look after my father as well as work full time. And in those days, there weren't sort of babysitters, circles and so on as they are now in nurseries. She was a full-time mother. And before my father was 20, he left home in Leeds and came down to Liverpool to look for work, because there was no work in there. So again, a very strong character. So that you can see what a heritage I had from my grandparents, from my parents. My mother, I didn't mention my mother, bless her, but she, when she was about 6 or 8, her mother died, and she had to really be the surrogate mother for my grandfather. And she nursed him and looked after him all his life, and that's why he came and lived with us for the first 8 years of my life. So again, a very strong woman. So you can see what a heritage I had, and how grateful I am for it. There's also the heritage of your country, and I know it's a difficult time here in the UK at the moment, but we're so lucky because we have freedom, we have democracy. So be grateful for what you have. Your heritage makes you what you are. I'm also a rich man because of my experiences. Experiences, they are the capital that you are built on. You have good and bad experiences, but they make you what you are. And that's so important in your life, to use the experiences. And as I say, you learn from bad experiences, you learn from good experience, you learn from people you don't want to emulate, and you learn from people you want to emulate. Remember what I've said before, risk is the currency of the successful. And if you don't take risks, you will never grow. So your experiences make you what you are. I had to leave my profession after 20 years and start from scratch again in an environment I had no experience about at all. And yet with help and support, I was able to slowly grow my own company and begin a successful internet business. It gives you some idea that when I first started in my new environment, I had to get someone to show me how to switch on the computer. So there you go, there's hope for all of us. One of the things I'm really a rich man for are my friends. As Jim Rohn famously said, friends are those people who know all about you and still like you. And a true friend, if you have 2 or 3 true friends in your life, you are a rich person indeed. I've been lucky over the years to have many good friends. And one of the things that you judge a friend by, I guess, is if you were stuck in a situation, who's the one person you would call outside your family? And if that person would come wherever you are and help you, that's a true friend. So friends are so, so important. And I guess you often find out who your true friends are when the going gets tough, and you find the mettle of people who are friends and true friends, or friends of circumstance. And it's better to find out early, because you need to find out who your true friends are before you really need them. It's no use waiting until you're in trouble, because that may be too late. You want to find out who are your true friends, who would stand by you through thick and thin. I've found extraordinary friendship in my life, and I continue to do so. And I'm so grateful to everybody who supports, mentors, helps me and my family in so many ways. The next thing is I'm a rich man by what I've learned. The people who have taught me, the mentors I've mentioned before, the books I've read, the CDs I've listened to, the videos I've watched. They're just so much of what you can learn. You can never stop learning. You're never too old to learn. Learning is something I do. Personal development every day as part of my morning daily method of operation. I do it every day. I listen in the car to CDs. I watch videos. I go to events. I read books that will help me. And that's so, so important. You can't put a price tag on knowledge and what it would do to you. A conversation, an article, a video, all these things can change your life. When your head is clouded and you're feeling down, sometimes just by listening to music, sometimes by meditating, sometimes by reading, whatever, but you will grow through that. I said you can't put a price on things. Now, you might buy a book, I don't know, for £10, $15 or whatever. But if that book turns your life around, changes your life, and enables you to make hundreds, maybe thousands of pounds, that's the real value. Think about your television. It may have cost you £300, £500, $800 or whatever. But the real cost of that is how much time you waste watching it. And Jim Rohn, again, I think it was, who said that when he asked someone the cost, they said $300. And he said, no, the cost is $5,000 a year, because that's what it's stopping you from earning. So remember that televisions are good, but don't waste your time listening to all the media stuff. Don't waste your time listening to news. You need to have breaks, you need to have relaxation, but don't let that rob you of an opportunity to be successful. I've been to seminars in this country, in America, all over the world, and the cost of that is really minimal compared with the inspiration and the development, the people I've met, and just the mentoring that I've had from just seeing people and meeting people. The logistics of actually getting somewhere are all you have to pay. But if you think of all the stuff that you get, which is free to you, it is fantastic. So never stop learning. I'm a rich man because of my future. The best is yet to come. You have to believe that all the time, because you're growing, you're developing. So the best is yet to come. If you have health and resources, you are a rich person indeed. Your health determines your future, so look after it well. Learn what's good for you, learn what's bad for you. Things in moderation, whatever they are, those are the important things. Over 30 years ago, I contracted an illness which is still with me today. But I read about how people had coped. My wife found a book that very day in a health shop, And someone who had exactly the same condition as me gave me ideas, a regime which I still follow to this day. And instead of possibly being stuck in a wheelchair or not being able to do things, I'm somebody who goes to the gym, cycles every day, enjoys life and lives it to the full. So remember, you're a rich person indeed, but look after your health, look after the future, because that's where you are going, whether you like it or not. Forget the past, build towards the future. I'm also a rich man, finally, for unique experiences. I've been blessed with an exceptional wife, two beautiful daughters, and fantastic grandchildren. What more could a person want? Those are the experiences that are valuable in life. Everything I've mentioned before builds up towards this. This is your life. Live it, enjoy it, make the most of it, whatever you do. Like all families, we've had our ups and downs and so on, but nothing has broken that strong bond between us all. And when we're tested, we stand together and we've come through. And now you know why I indeed am a rich man. So there you have it. All the things that make up your DNA, if you like, but you can do something about it. You can increase your knowledge. You can increase your health, and your help by listening and speaking to people. Remember, surround yourself with people who are going to stretch and develop you, not naysayers. Just leave those. They will naysay whatever, and they'll find other people. It's like bullies. If they get fed up with you, they move on to someone else. Naysayers are the same. It's a simple recognition of the blessings we have in life, and I see just everything else as a bonus. A rich and lucky man indeed. So if you have experiences that you can share about why you're a rich person, let me know about it in the comments below. If you have any questions, leave a comment, let me know. If you want to find out more about what I do and the things that I do with my life and my business, ask me and I will give you information. Thank you for watching. I look forward to reading your comments and hopefully helping you again with any questions you may have about life or experiences or developing a business or whatever. Remember what I said about the Ninja Networker? Google it if you don't know about it. You will never regret it. And finally, I hope to see you again this time next week. Remember, every weekday, Wednesday, 7 p.m. UK time, I do a live, and I look forward to you joining me then. Have a great week.